Hello, hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to your April 2020 overview reading. This is good for you if you're a sun, moon, or rising Sagittarius. And I did end up scrapping the old spread that I did, so it has taken me a bit longer to get these out just because I decided to mix up the spread last minute. So anyway, I hope you all enjoy this, but before we get started, make sure you subscribe to this channel for more readings from me, and check me out on all of the social medias, Instagram, TikTok, all that good stuff at Onyx Healing, and that's all that I've got for now. So I'm going to lay this out and then we will get started. All right, let's start with your oracle cards, shall we? First thing, Sisterhood of the Rose, Beauty and Devotion, Priestess, Mystic, Teacher. So it's interesting because the word sisterhood is actually what's jumping out at me about this card. And so when I think of sisterhood, I think of camaraderie, I think of connection, I think of community. And when all of course, the collective energy that's kicked up right now is all about distance and introspection and being in your feminine. And so the sisterhood element of this card is just showing to me that this is really about creating community, even if that's not in person or even if that's not the way it would normally look. The connection piece is going to be important for you this month. Let's see what else is coming up. It's all for a reason. Ooh, okay. So whatever you have going on in your circumstances, right? Because obviously we can't ignore the collective and everything that's going on there. But whatever is manifesting for you, whether it be hardship, whether it be fear, whether it be just time to relax, I mean, whatever you have going on, figure out how this can be potentially helpful, what this could potentially teach you, what you're learning from this, how you can use this energy, and that will help you tap into what is the reason, what is the purpose. And I know that when things feel really crazy, this is actually the last thing we want to do, right? Maybe you want to kick and scream for a while first. That's totally fine. Do whatever you need to do. But when you come back down, make sure that you're focusing on how am I using this, capitalizing on this, or how can this potentially benefit me, even if the reasons seem bleak. And then we have discernment. Establish what's yours and what isn't. Be conscious about your yes. Create permeable boundaries. How funny. Because that permeable boundaries really reminds me of like, yes, we are more insulated at this time just from a collective standpoint, but that connection, right, or even how you're connecting with me right now, right? I'm reading these cards, I'm giving you a forecast, but connection is still happening. Technically, community is still happening here for everyone who watches the videos, right? So it's important to discern, being able to tell what is yours energetically, what is other people's, what are you tapped into collectively, right? What are you holding on to collectively? How are you processing that collectively? And so when you think about community from that perspective and sharing energy from that perspective, from a collective consciousness level, things get a lot more interesting. So find the reason, find the purpose, find the wisdom in all of the growth in whatever you're facing, challenges, quarantine, whatever, and discern what is true for you and what is not. Now, the way that this spread is going to work is these bottom three cards here. This is what is supportive for you in April. This is your direct guidance, what you need to do, and this is the outcome of the month, and then we'll do a timeline as usual. Okay, so one of the core pieces of support for you, 9 of Cups. Okay, so this is all about celebrating your accomplishments, looking at what you have done, what you have made happen, and it's like the wishes fulfilled, dreams coming true card. So if you can keep like one eye at the very least on what is going well, or again, what is the deeper reason? What do you have to gain from this? Looking at it that way. Imagine if everything that is falling into place, or everything that's being cleared out, swept away, whatever is rearranging right now, imagine that that is actually what's helping you get to that next level of your desires, of your healing, of your intentions. It's propelling you forward. So use this energy for that reason, and let this be what supports you, is trusting that this is all helping me to get to where I ultimately want to go. And then we have Judgment. Make a decision, like, how are you going to use April? Decide, commit to it. Or like, what are you going to manifest? Get clear, decide, make a judgment, just figure it out. Like, get really clear. And I think that if you have a clear intention, it's going to make you feel more grounded and supported, rather than trying to rather than feeling ungrounded, unrooted, completely out of control. So the act of deciding whatever it is, I'm going to make the best of my situation. I'm going to work on this project I've been putting off. I'm going to create this thing, or I'm going to, send some TLC, some love to the people that are important in my life. I mean, whatever you're using this for, if you make a decision about what you're doing with it, it's going to turn out to be a lot more constructive than you may have realized. And then the third thing we have is the Six of Pentacles. I'm going to clarify this one for you. Seven of Swords. Okay. So this is having you be more on the conservative side. And it's funny, I suspect that with the rest of the readings I'm going to do, this is a message that's going to come up quite a lot, because we are in such a feminine time right now. And so the Six of Pentacles is about give and take, reciprocity, right? But you also want to be very discerning, very conservative about what you're giving, what you're available for, what you're not, right? Sifting through all of that is going to be really helpful. So what will support you is by being really, really intentional or conscious about your yes. That's what this is reiterating. Do I have the energy for that? Is that what I want to give energy to? Is that not what I want to give energy to? Is this helping me? Is this harming me? Making all of those discernments is going to be very helpful. Okay, let's get into the direct guidance for you this month. Four of Swords, rest, rest, rest. Catch up on sleep, catch up on restful activities. Make sure that you're giving yourself the time, space, and energy that you need in order to recoup, heal, just really get into your body. Because when the Four of Swords comes up, it's a reminder you need to take a break, you need to take a break, you need to take a break. So use April for that. Don't skip out on anything that you feel like your body needs at this time. It's going to be important for you to focus on that and pay attention to that. And then we have the Four of Pentacles. Man, okay, so you are really getting a strong pull back. Both of these cards are saying, nope, nope, nope. You need to take all of your energy, conserve it, make sure you're taking that back for yourself. Fill your cup, fill your cup, fill your cup. That's just a resounding clear message that's coming through here. Rest and make sure that you're meeting your needs fully and completely so that you can be the best possible version of yourself. Remember that what you model energetically is what other people then know how to do as well, because you're contributing to the blueprint of that thing. And then to clarify, we have the Three of Swords. Yeah, so you're going through more of a clearing things out and replenishing your tank, filling your cup. It requires you to kind of, it's heavy on the discernment card. That's really important here because it's going to point you in the right direction. It's going to help you figure out, what is my compass really doing right now? Where am I being pointed? A lot of the time, if you've been under a great period of stress, like busyness type of stress, and then all of a sudden you feel that plateau, or all of a sudden all of those normal stressors are not around, they don't exist, there's going to be a space that needs to be filled with something. And so for you, that's rest, recouping, and just taking really good care of yourself. Focus on the body. The body will give you information on what you need more of, what you need less of. It can help you figure out what your compass is. And then the outcome of the month, we have the 5 of Cups. Don't worry, I won't leave you with this. Of course, we have that outcome as well. That'll be the end of the month. But remember, the nice thing about the 5 of Cups is that it's about focus. It's about getting clear on what exactly you want to put your attention on. So this is the 6 of Pentacles as well. We have that same card down here. And what I'm getting is more of like, are you beating yourself up? Are you having rest guilt is what I call it. Like, if I'm resting and taking time for myself, I'm not feeling accomplished or productive, or why am I sleeping so much? Or this to me is reading as judgment. So whatever it is you have going on, or however you've been dealing with things, or however you're adjusting to the collective shifting that we have going on, it seems like the 5 of Cups is just having you focus. The tendency to focus on what isn't going right or what you're not doing well enough. And so this is a reminder to shift that, refocus your energy on the things that are going well, on what you are doing. And as I said before, with this Judgment card, the thing that's going to help you is by deciding and making a decision. So if you want to take this month to rest and recoup, decide that first. Don't set the expectation at, I'm going to get this ridiculously massive to-do list done, when really you're needing rest. Okay, so just make sure you're not like biting off more than you can chew and then beating yourself up for it. That's really not going to serve you. So in order to help you navigate this, if you decide, I'm going to rest, if you make that agreement, I'm going to rest, I'm going to recoup, I'm going to take it easy, and you expect that, then you can appropriately align your focus with what is going well. So just make sure you're clear about your intentions going into April and what you're sustaining throughout April. That's going to be key for you to feel really solid this month. Let's get into the timeline. So the first quarter of April, we have the 3 of Wands. This is like, you've got your roadmap, you've got your plot of land, you have your plan, you have everything lined up. Now it's about walking down that. It's about moving in that direction. It's about aligning yourself and making your decisions line up with what your intention has been. So the other thing that I would say is, if you have a huge to-do list, like let's say you're on that side of things right now, if you end up going down that path, like let's say you have big goals for April, and then all of a sudden you're feeling tired or like you need rest, please don't ignore that, right? Like, don't pay attention to what your body needs this month. It's going to be important so that you can actually get to where you want to go, rather than resisting what your body needs as well in order for you to sustain that energy. I just wanted to throw that out there. Quarter 2, Ace of Pentacles. So this is kind of like the initiation or the start of something. So maybe you have like the first week or the first quarter of April, you might just be rearranging some things, getting clear on things, deciding what you want to do, deciding where your focus is going to go. And then you actually move into that and take more action on it starting in the second quarter. Third quarter, we have the 5 of Wands. See, this looks like internal confliction. So that's why I wanted to bring up to you, if you feel like you need rest, but you have the time, but you're trying to push yourself really hard and overwork and overstress, and those two things end up being incompatible, because they are, you're just going to have to make a decision and stick to it. So try not to fight yourself on your needs in this third quarter particularly. So just listen, pay attention to your body, pay attention to what you're needing, and don't be hard on yourself if you don't mark off the full 100 items on your to-do list, right? Fourth quarter of April, wrapping up. So the Hermit. So more downtime, more quiet contemplation, introspection, a great time to meditate, evaluate, get clear on what actions you're taking, what you're doing. You know, find your light, get back into that. It's going to be key for you. And I'm just getting that, you know, more than likely as we move into May, you're going to experience more cooling, more feminine time as we're all in the midst of right now. So now we're going to do a 3-card pick. You're welcome to ask a question, ask for guidance, clarity, whatever it is that you need. And you can just pick a card that's calling to you, however many you want or need. And if you need more time, pause the video. Card number 1, Ace of Wands. So keep your fire stoked. That's the main thing that's coming through here is the you've got it card, the initiation, the fire. But you have to pay attention to your fuel level, if you will. The Ace of Wands doesn't work if you're burnt out. So I just want to be clear about that because this kind of looks like a burnout spread to me with how many rest cards and then like self-judgment coming up. This isn't predetermined or anything, but it's just like you have to be careful with not burning the candle at both ends and not taking time to fill your tank because that just doesn't work. So the Ace of Wands is just reminding you, hey, if you want to keep this candle lit, if you want to keep things burning and brewing and things in motion, you have to be really, really, really clear on keeping your tank full. Card number 2, 7 of Pentacles. Try a few different approaches before you settle on one. So you might need to experiment for a little while before you finalize anything. So don't be afraid to take different approaches. You don't need to marry yourself to one immediately. This is just like a big fat experimentation card. Card number 3, we have the Queen of Wands. So your internal fire. This is your alignment, being the highest expression of yourself, stepping into that fully and allowing yourself to just cultivate a lot of your personal energy, right? Doing things that are for you, that are aligned with you, that make you feel your best. Conjure all of that up because it's going to radiate everywhere else you take it. So this is the guidance for you here, is like be true to yourself. Thank you so much for joining me today, everybody. It has been a pleasure as always. And if you would like to work with me one-on-one, go to onyxhealing.com. Check me out on Instagram at onyxhealing for more content from me. You can check out my podcast. I post some of the episodes on YouTube as well. You may have already seen that. And as always, stay in touch, get on my newsletter, go to the link in the description box, or you can check out all of the different offers that I have down below, as well as all of the decks that I've used in this video. For those of you who are interested in classes, you are more than welcome to join one of the classes that I have. They are open and available, so you can check that out as well. And I will see you all next time. Have a beautiful April, everybody. Bye-bye.